If you're a fan of kombucha, you're gonna love Jun. Made from fermented green tea, this cousin of kombucha is refreshing, light in flavor, and still packed with all the probiotic goodness. I'm Trent Musho, and this is The Brew Show. Let's make some Jun. Jun is a fermented probiotic beverage that is said to have been invented by Tibetan monks over 1,000 years ago, although no one knows for sure. Since it's a fermented drink, Jun does have some alcohol, but it's just under 1%. The fermentation occurs when the tea comes in contact with what is called a SCOBY, or symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Those yeast and bacteria eat the sugar in the tea and create the Jun. Just like kombucha, Jun is loaded with probiotics that are great for your gut health. It's also made with green tea, which is packed with antioxidants and has many other health benefits. The main difference between kombucha and Jun are the base ingredients. Jun uses green tea and honey, while kombucha traditionally uses black tea and cane sugar. I'm going to veganize this recipe and use maple syrup instead, but feel free to use honey if that's what you have. In general, Jun has a much lighter and less intense flavor, so if you find that kombucha is too much for you, then this just might be the perfect gateway fermented drink. I wanted to see what else I could make with the SCOBY I have for my kombucha, so I'm going to take it and train it into a Jun SCOBY over time. You can also purchase a Jun SCOBY online, or if you're feeling extra adventurous, you can try and build your own from a store-bought Jun bottle. I haven't tried that, but let me know if you have in the comments. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel for more simple homebrewing videos. Now, let's booch. I'm making a half-gallon batch, but feel free to scale this up to any size you want. Just keep in mind, Jun ferments slightly faster than kombucha, so you'll have more of it if you keep up with making it. To start out, you're going to need a healthy kombucha SCOBY. If you don't have a SCOBY, check out my How to Make Kombucha video, where I go over growing a SCOBY from a single bottle of kombucha. So take your SCOBY, peel off a good-sized portion with 2 cups of starter liquid from your original kombucha. Training a kombucha SCOBY to ferment other liquids can be difficult, especially if you're changing the sugar source and tea type. So what you need to do is gradually convert the SCOBY over time to limit shocking it, and to give it time to accept the maple syrup and green tea. Over 4 weeks, we'll slowly increase the amount of maple syrup and green tea we add, while simultaneously lowering the amount of sugar and black tea. For this initial batch, on week 1, I added 3.5 grams of black tea and 1.5 grams of green tea. I'm using organic, loose-leaf gunpowder green tea made in China. Gunpowder green tea has more caffeine, and if you want a lighter flavor, feel free to use whichever green tea you prefer. It's best to steep green tea below 180 degrees to reduce astringent, bitter flavors. I heat up just enough hot water to cover the tea and let it steep for 10 minutes. While it steeps, we'll weigh out the sugar, 35 grams of table sugar to 15 grams of maple syrup. After the 10 minutes, I strain the hot tea into the sugar to dissolve it. I then add some filtered water and some ice cubes to cool it down. Once it's below 90 degrees, I add the SCOBY and the starter liquid. It's important not to add it when it's too hot because you don't want to kill the healthy bacteria and yeast that are alive on the SCOBY. Give it a good stir and place a cloth or napkin on top with a rubber band. Just like with kombucha, the Jun also needs access to air to ferment, but we don't want any fruit flies or other critters messing with our brew. Let that sit at room temperature for 1 week. After a week, you can pour this kombucha Jun hybrid into bottles to drink. Make sure you use fermentation grade bottles. Store-bought kombucha bottles work perfectly. Just leave 2 cups of starter liquid behind with the SCOBY. For week 2, we repeat the same process. This time just adding a little more green tea and maple syrup. We'll use equal parts of 2.5 grams for each tea and 25 grams each for the maple syrup and sugar. Pop the top on and let it ride for another week. For the 3rd week, repeat the same process. Bottle up your hybrid kombucha, and this time we'll increase the green tea and maple syrup more. We'll add 3.5 grams of green tea, 1.5 grams of black tea, 35 grams of maple syrup, and 15 grams of sugar. Cover it up, and only 1 more week to go. Finally, in week 4, we can now add the full amount of green tea and maple syrup. This is the amount you'll use for all continuous weeks. 5 grams of green tea and 50 grams of maple syrup. When you see week 1 next to week 4, you can really see major differences in color, not only in the tea, but in the SCOBY itself. Your Jun can be ready as quickly as 2 to 3 days, but up to 5 days, depending on the temperature. So it's a good idea to check in to see if the taste is to your liking. If you like it sweet, let it ferment less. If you like it a bit more sour, you can let it go longer. But don't let it go too long, otherwise you'll have a very strong vinegar taste. If you do let it go too long, you can just dump it and make a new batch, or use it to make a Jun vinegar or sauce. When it's at that perfect point, you can go ahead and bottle it up as is. If there's any residual sugars left, you'll get a slight effervescence. If you're looking for a bit more fizz and a nice punch of flavor, try adding some fruit like I did in my kombucha video for a second fermentation, or F2. The sugar in the fruit will ferment and create bubbles. I'm adding some frozen blueberries to this batch, just a few in each bottle. Whichever method you choose, close them up and let them sit on the counter for another day or 2, and then pop them in the fridge. And once they're chilled, your Jun is ready to drink. The Jun has a light golden color, and it's sweet, yet it also has a tart kick. The flavor is citrusy, floral, and fruity. It's so refreshing with how light and fizzy it is. It really carries the subtle green tea and maple flavor. And that subtle backdrop really let the fruit flavors shine in the second fermented batches. And if you want it to be less sweet, you can play around with the amount of sugar, but keep in mind that you need some sugar to continue to feed the SCOBY and keep it thriving. If you've ever bought Jun at the store, then you know how expensive it can be. But now's the perfect time to stop buying Jun and make it for yourself at home. If you haven't had Jun, I recommend you give it a try and see if you like it. Making this Jun made me realize there's other ways that I can use my kombucha SCOBY. I'm excited to do some experimenting. If you have any good ideas, let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions about Jun, don't hesitate to ask. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. And a quick shout out to Guilherme Zornita on Instagram for sending me this pic of his beer inspired by my hibiscus saison. He said it's a mix of the saison with a traditional pilsner. Sounds delicious. If you make one of my brews, be sure to tag me on Instagram @TheBrewShow, and maybe you'll be featured on a future episode. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.